Yo, what's going on? We got lots to talk about, man. We got lots to talk about. Where my folks at, man? Where the early birds at? Man, it's gonna be a big show, man. Let's get into it, man. The Warriors are apparently involved in an NBA record 7-team trade currently as we speak. As of me recording this, the Warriors are in talks for a 7-team trade. The the Suns and Rockets are expanding their Kevin Durant trade and including the Pistons, the Lakers, the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Hawks, and I think there's like one more team. So yeah, it's things are happening, man. Things are moving, bro. If you're just getting in, the Warriors are currently in talks for a 7-team trade as we speak. Yeah, so we'll see, man. Hopefully we get some news soon, man. I'm ready for something to pop off. I'm tired of us on the sidelines just kind of waiting for the offseason to happen. I'm ready to see him make a move, man. So yeah, let's get a quick roll call. Bowmaster, what's up, bro? Darth Vader, what's up, my guy? I see you, my man. Early Birds, man. What's up with it? But yeah, man. We gonna kick off the show, bro. Let's just get right up into it, man. The off season's underway. It's already been a lot of crazy moves. The Denver Nuggets, not gonna lie, the Denver Nuggets made some good moves. That Nuggets team looks pretty formidable. They traded Michael Porter Jr., an unprotected 2032 first round pick, for Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson just might be better than Michael Porter Jr. He just might be better. And he's on a cheaper contract, which opened up so much flexibility for their team in terms of roster building, roster construction. So then they wasn't done. So not only is Cam Johnson a perfect fit next to Jokic, off-ball shooter, one of the best shooters in the league, got some size. Not only that, they went and got Bruce Brown for the vets minimum. So basically for nothing, like a couple $1,000,000. So they got Bruce Brown. They got Cam Johnson. I think they traded Dario Saric, who was unplayable for them, for Jonas Valanciunas. So they swapped their backup center. So now they got a better backup center. Jonas Valanciunas, he's not no game changer, but he's better than Dario Saric. That's definitely an upgrade. So the Nuggets got they signed Tim Hardaway Jr. too for like a little spark plug microwave scorer off the bench. So the Nuggets are pretty nice, man. That's gonna be a tough team. Like, I mean, y'all gotta remember they took the champions, the OKC Thunder, to 7 games. If Aaron Gordon didn't blow out his calf, they probably beat the Thunder, and then they're the ones in the finals, and they probably win against the Pacers. If they got to the finals against the Pacers, I would probably pick the Nuggets. So, and they just fired their coach, so they had like an interim coach, like for the last portion of the regular season going into the playoffs. So there was like a lot of like instability, and they still finished the season pretty strong. You know what I'm saying? And they just got a lot better. So the Nuggets are gonna be pretty nasty next season. It's gonna be a tough team to beat, but we're gonna see what the Warriors do to counter. So we're gonna see, man. So if y'all just get in here, the Warriors are currently in the midst of negotiating a 7-team trade. You heard that right. An NBA record 7-team trade is currently being discussed as we speak. The Rockets and the Phoenix Suns are expanding the Kevin Durant trade to include 5 other teams. The other teams included are Minnesota, Detroit, I think Sacramento, the Hawks, the Warriors, and Lakers. So it's no There's not much details beyond that in terms of like what the Warriors' involvement with that is. I got some theories, but as of now, you know, we gotta wait and see. I'm just checking to see if anything came through the wire here. So let me see what y'all talking about real quick. Y'all talking about Al Horford? Yeah, man. Al Horford, Herb Jones, trade to the Dubs. That ain't happening. All right, man. Start from the top. Why hasn't Horford signed yet? So the Warriors are apparently the front runner. The Warriors are apparently the front runner to sign Al Horford. The other teams that have been rumored to be involved are the Denver Nuggets, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Lakers, and the Warriors. The Warriors are currently, as been reported by multiple sources, the favorites. I believe retirement is also on the table for Al Horford if he doesn't like the situation that he's going into. But I highly doubt he's going to retire. He's still a productive player. He has a chance to hop on with a contending team and try for another chip while still being, able to contribute. So, yes, the Warriors are the favorites. The reason being, out of all those teams I've mentioned, the Warriors are the only team that can offer him a starting spot. Al Horford's old, yes, correct, but he's still better than Quinn Post. He's still better than TJD. He's just straight up better. He's a veteran presence. He provides two-way stability. He doesn't add size necessarily defensively, but he adds switchability. Yes, Al Horford is still a good switch big. For those of y'all saying, "Oh, he's old," he's cooked. Y'all need to watch some tape. Anybody that watched tape from Al Horford, literally up until the regulars, like the playoffs, he was moving his feet defensively in that Knicks series. I saw him guarding. Was it Brunson? He was moving his feet, man. There's this clip circulating. He had a game against the Lakers where he got switched on Luka and LeBron, probably like 15 times total between those two, and he just all stops, just moving his feet, shuffling his feet, just getting stops, contesting good, like standing in front of him. Like he's still a good defender. He's not necessarily a rim protector, but he's still an overall good defender in terms of just the defensive IQ, moving his feet, just knowing where to be defensively, just not making mistakes. And you add that next to Draymond in the front court and Jimmy Butler, who can make up for some of his deficiencies. That's a pretty solid front court defensively. Yeah, they're still a little undersized. I believe Al Horford's like 6'9" or 6'10", but you got Draymond behind him. You got Jimmy. I think that's fine. Then you got Quinn Post off the bench, who's 7 feet. We saw Quinn Post battle against Steven Adams. He got bullied a little bit, but he held his own. Like towards the end of that series, as the series went on, he started to do a better job. So, I say all that to say this: the Warriors getting Al Horford will be a good move. And I keep saying, y'all saying Horford's old. Y'all don't want Horford. Have y'all seen the list of free agent centers after Al Horford? Have y'all seen it? It's not good. It's really not good. So for those of y'all that's so picky, the Warrior fans that are so picky that y'all turn y'all nose up to Al Horford because he's old. If they don't get Al Horford, you're looking at Chris Boucher and Thomas Bryant. Like it's spooky. Like y'all can't be so picky, man. The Warriors. Here's the thing. Even with Al Horford being old, it's still literally like 5 contenders that all want him. They're all like literally trying to court him right now because they understand that all you gotta do is look at the tape. The man's 38, but when you watch the tape, he's moving just fine. He's moving his feet better than a lot of centers in their 20s. He's still a good player, man. He's still a productive player. Yes, he's old. You're adding him to a core of other old players. But at the end of the day, the Warriors desperately need a stretch 5. They desperately need a stretch 5 to unlock their offense. You got Draymond at the 4, who's a non-threat. You got Jimmy who doesn't like shooting from the outside. So you can't then not have a stretch 5 out there. And we saw Quentin Post wither away in that Timberwolves series to the point where he was damn near unplayable. He got played off the court. So even though he's theoretically a stretch 5, he wasn't hitting shots and he got targeted defensively. So they couldn't play him as much, which means you have no stretch 5. If your stretch 5 becomes unplayable, you essentially have no stretch 5. So Al Horford, you can't target Al Horford. Teams aren't gonna just be like, yo, let's go at Al Horford. Let's get Al Horford on the switch and let's just go at Al Horford like they came with Quentin Post. You can't do that. He's a good defender. So, and on top of that, he's stretching the floor next to Draymond. He's legit. I mean, I know his shooting dipped a little bit last season, but he's legit a good shooter, man. He's been shooting like 36 to 37, 38% like the past like 3 or 4 years. Like he's a good shooter. So I think adding Al Horford, and then that gives you 2 stretch 5 options in a rotation between Al Horford and Quentin Post to play next to Draymond. So you can always have like a dude bigger than Draymond next to Draymond at center that can also shoot. So it lowers the physical attacks on Draymond's body, having to play the 5 so much. Draymond's now what, 35, 36? Y'all really want Draymond playing center like full time? Because if you don't get Al Horford, you're probably gonna have to start Draymond at center again, or you have to get a bum to put in there as a placeholder, and then you have to go to Draymond at center most of the game anyways. Y'all can't be so picky, man. Like, yeah, there's a chance that the Warriors sign Al Horford. He's 38 years old and he's just cooked. He's just cooked. But based off the film from last season, he's not cooked. He's still a good player. There's still multiple contenders currently right now trying to court him, trying to win him over to join their team. So I don't know, man. Y'all need to look at the list of free agent centers and then get back to me for those of y'all that's saying, oh, Al Horford's old. Y'all can't be too picky, bro. The Warriors literally can't afford anyone else that's good. And there's not even anyone else that's good available. You're not getting Mouse Turner. He signed with the Bucks. We'll talk about that later. You're not getting Naz Reid. He re-signed with the Timberwolves. All these theoretical names that y'all really want because like they're young and in their prime and whatnot. The Warriors can't afford them. Those dudes are making like 25 plus a year. It's not happening. The Warriors. Some of y'all was also roasting like before Brook Lopez signed with the Clippers. Some of y'all was like, nah, I don't want Brook Lopez either. He's too old. The Warriors couldn't even afford him. He went for 2 years, 18 mil to the Clippers. The Warriors literally couldn't even offer enough money to match that. So it's just like if these front offices that have scouting departments and teams that are watching films and breaking down free agents and watching their season before they commit this money to him and saying, yeah, this guy's old, but he's still a productive player. We're going to commit to him. All right. You have to assume the Warriors front office is also doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure they had a scouting department watch every minute of Al Horford's season last season and watched how he moved and watched how he played. And they had a little huddle and they said, yo, he's still a good player. And he's the best option we got with the money that we have available. So we're going to go for him. So y'all got to just stop with being picky, man. Old ass team. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to be an old team. You got Steph, who's 37. You got Al Horford, who's 38. You got Draymond, who's 36. You got Jimmy Butler, who's 35. Here's the thing, man. The Warriors in that scenario would have to hope that they could do like some 2014 Spurs type rotation where they got like their core players are like, you know, they're all old dudes. You got like the Spurs had like Tony Parker, Ginobili, and Tim Duncan. They were all old, like mid-30s. But they had a bunch of young dudes surrounding them to kind of mix into the rotation and sprinkle in them young legs and athleticism to support the older guys. And you can keep their minutes down. They had a deep roster. That Spurs team had a deep roster. So all those old dudes, they only in the regular season they only had to play like what, max 24 and 25 minutes. Like I know Tim Duncan's old ass was playing like 22 minutes. They kept him fresh for the playoffs, and then they upped it up a little bit more to like 27 minutes. But they had a bunch of young dudes that could just step in and just support the team. Now they had like Thiago Splitter, they had Kawhi, they had who else they have that was young. I can't remember right now, but the fact still remains. The formula when you have these old players, you try to support them as best you can with young dudes to get them through the regular season. and hopefully they have enough juice saved up for that final run. Because these last few years is the Warriors' final run. So you have to hope if you can get Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green into the playoffs healthy with a decent supporting cast, and they've had enough, they've saved enough energy throughout the regular season with enough support from the supporting cast. They have enough juice left in them knees, them old man knees, for one last run to empty the clip, to go all in. You saw Steph Curry in 2022. His regular season wasn't necessarily great, like statistically, but once he got to the finals, and he saw these young Celtics, like the flaws and the inexperience, and he smelled blood, he was like, oh, he literally turned into Michael Jordan. Like Steph Curry in the finals literally turned into Michael Jordan. Like he saw the opportunity ahead of him. He saw the position he's in, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna conjure up that extra something for this final push. And he turned into Michael Jordan, and he was literally unguardable. So you have to hope that they can get this old ass team in position. Hopefully a few things, break your way. You avoid injuries. You get to the finals. You got this old veteran team. You got, they're not playing back-to-backs anymore. They're not playing 4 games in 6 nights on a road trip anymore. They're not flying to like 4 different cities in 7 nights. It's a 7-game series. We got all these vets that have all this experience. Steph Curry, one of the greatest of all time. Top 2, top 3 all time. Draymond Green, one of the greatest defenders of all time. 4 chips. Steph, 4 chips. Jimmy Butler, no chips, but he's been to the finals twice. Okay? He's 35. He's been in the league, 14 years? And you got Al Horford. He's 38 years old, but he's still a good player. And he's a champion. He's been in the league, 16, 17 years? That's a lot of experience, man. If they get to the... Think about it like this. Think about a theoretical situation. They get to the finals against like a young, inexperienced team. And that team might be more athletic. They might be younger. They might be faster. But they get to the finals, and all of a sudden, you're lined up across from Steph Curry, who smells blood, who sees a chance, an opportunity for title number 5. And he sees this young team like he did against the Celtics in 2022. And he was just like, y'all smell that? Smells like barbecue chicken. Cooked their whole team. Destroyed them. Marcus Smart got absolutely destroyed. He was, what was he, runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year? Runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year? He got baked, destroyed. It got to a point where Steph was destroying Marcus Smart so bad that Marcus Smart was purposely not switching on screens because he didn't want to guard Steph. He was getting embarrassed. He wanted no parts. This dude would leave his big men out to die on those switches. Steph would call for a screen, and then it'd be like Robert Williams out there guarding Steph. And then Marcus Smart, he'll fake go through the screen, and then he'll die on it. Because then he just put his hands on his knees. He's like, look, bro, that's all you, bro. I don't want no parts of that, man. Like, that's how badly Steph was cooking him. And he was the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year that year. So you get Steph against one of these young dudes in the finals, man, anything can happen, man. And the East is wide open, bro. The East, the Celtics are done. They just dismantled their team. They're done. The Bucks are done. The East is wide open, bro. If the Warriors can just get through the West and get to the East and have this young team line up ahead across from them, with Steph with the opportunity to get title number 5, I like their chances, bro. I like their chances, man. Smart was a Defensive Player of the Year that year. Oh, he actually won it that year? That's crazy, bro. He was getting destroyed. Yeah, the Pacers are done too, bro. The East is wide open, man. Oh, shoot. Yo, Richard Roke, bro. Thank you for the donation, brother. He said JK is holding out like the fat chick at the club at end of night like she's a 10, waiting for a chat to pick her up and take her home. I mean, that's a pretty accurate analogy, bro. If I'm Kuminga, man, because I think if I'm Kuminga, bro, that my agent's getting fired. He's getting dismissed. He's gone. He's gone, man. Because the Warriors supposedly had $30 million a year on the table for him for an extension. And him and his thirsty ass agent was like, nah, nope, we going for the max. So now he might not even get that. He might not even get 25 mil. He might not even get 22. The way things are looking with the market, Kuminga has leverage in terms of he can just hold out and kind of just be annoying and hold up the Warriors offseason and kind of like make them get impatient and just force them to make a move. But he doesn't really have leverage in the sense that if there's no market for you, you can't leverage another team wanting you unless the Warriors are actively participating and help you get to that team. So the Warriors can probably offer Kuminga more money than anybody else. And I don't like if the Warriors offer Kuminga $20 million a year. Is any other team coming out the wet works to match that? No. I also don't think Kuminga's gonna take it. I think Kuminga and his agent are so prideful, and they know they fucked up, that if the Warriors came in with a 20 million a year offer, like let's say it's like 3 years for 60, or 4 for 80, Kuminga will be like, nah, I'm not taking that. I'm gonna take the qualifying offer this season, which is like $7 or $8 million. And then next season he'll be an unrestricted free agent and he can go wherever he wants. I don't think Kuminga's taking a low ball, bro. Like I think at this point they're in so deep, they're so committed to like this betting on yourself thing that they're just not gonna take a low ball. They're not. So either the Warriors get to a number to where him and his agent are kind of like, all right, let's just take this, or they're gonna be like, nah, we ain't signing that. And then he's going to be an unrestricted free agent, and then the Warriors have to trade him in off. They literally have to trade him at the deadline. They have to, or he walks for nothing because he won't come back. If he gets to unrestricted free agency, he is a zero chance he's coming back because he's going to be so disrespected and so disgruntled and pissed off that he had to play an extra year on that low number that he is zero chance he's coming back, man. Plus, that would be like 5 years playing the Kerr and getting your minutes like messed around with. He'd be gone, bro. Cody, yeah, man. So there's a 7-team trade currently in the talks right now. I'm hoping it gets completed while we on live so I can do a live reaction. And if the Warriors make out like bandits and get something good, we gonna get the live reaction from Holly, man. We gonna turn up in here. So I appreciate y'all for pulling up on me, man. My bad. I'm just checking for updates. I appreciate the what the hell? So Jimmy Butler's best friend, this Ernie guy, who's like always like with him everywhere he goes. On Twitter, he says, "Someone make me a graphic with Brad Beal in a Warriors jersey, please." He just said that 2 minutes ago. Is he? I don't know that. I don't know if he knows something or if he's just throwing stuff at the wall and just trying to get some content. I don't know what that's about, but it's a lot going on, man. So if the Warriors are involved in like a 7-team trade, I would assume that's because it's has to do with Kuminga. I think, but I don't know, man. Sounds like JK may go to Sacramento. Here's the thing, man. So the Kings are apparently one of the teams that want Kuminga. They want a piece of Kuminga, bro. So they're trying to offer some garbage. They try to offer who's that bum on their team that they drafted a few years ago? What's that dude's name, man? He's like the light-skinned guard, something Jones. Buns. They tried to offer him, and they tried to offer Jones, some other garbage. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it, man. It was comedy. It was like a poo-poo platter. Like it was literally like a slap in your face trying to pull a fast one on the Warriors. Like if I was Mike Dunleavy, bro, I would have met up with the Kings front office, pretend like I'm gonna make the trade, and then just give their fucking GM a noogie or something, bro. Like it was ridiculous. Let me see. Man, what was the damn trade, man? The trade offer was so disrespectful. Anyways, man, I can't find it right now. I'm not about to just spend this whole time looking for it. But they try to offer like, not Tyus Jones. Nah, Devin Carter. Yeah, Devin Carter. They try to offer Devin Carter and like some other bum for Kuminga. I was like, man, get the hell out of here, bro. Um, Malik Monk is a name that they're willing to throw into it, but the Warriors don't sound like the Warriors want to do that. Where I'm at with the Malik Monk for Kuminga trade, I wouldn't do that trade unless that was like one of the last resort alternatives, where it's like, all right, either take Malik Monk or you're taking somebody's Dookie or Platter than that. So it's like Malik Monk's a good player, man. Like I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, Sarge. So the Kings, man. So they just traded Valanciunas for Dario Sarge from the Denver Nuggets, right? So they then said, yo, they called the Warriors. They're like, yo, how about this? Hear me out. Hear me out. We'll give y'all Dario Saric and what's the other dude's name? Devin Carter. We'll give you Dario Saric and Devin Carter. And we're throwing like a second round pick, like 30 second round pick. And you give us Kuminga. Come on, man. Get out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here, man. But anyways, back to Malik Monk. So, I wouldn't necessarily be like rooting for like, yeah, let's go get Malik Monk. Like, yeah, because that's like he's like the Timu version of Kobe White, like Malik Monk. He's Timu Kobe White, bro. Like yeah, he's a good player, and he be cooking us. He be cooking the Warriors every time he plays them. Like I will give him that. Like against the Warriors, he's fucking prime Darren Williams. Like he's just a monster. But Malik Monk, in terms of like a consistent basis, like in terms of like relying on him, I'm not sure. That's not my first choice. Now he does fill a need the Warriors actually do need. They do need a shot creating guard, or I mean, preferably they need a shot creator and wing that has size. But those players are just like, too expensive, man. Those players, a shot creating wing with size, that's an all-star or near all-star, which the Warriors can afford. So if you're gonna get a shot creator, if you need a shot creator, you're probably getting it's probably gonna come in the form of a guard, like a microwave guard, which is what Malik Monk is. Malik Monk is a solid player. He can get to the rim. He can shoot. He's athletic, but he's 6'3". He plays no defense. That's the thing, man. It's just, all right, you're going to play Malik Monk next to Steph. Yeah, he can get a bucket or whatever. Yeah, he can space the floor or whatever, but it's just like, that's barbecue chicken defensively, man. It's barbecue chicken, bro. He's going to be getting destroyed out there, man. And then it's just like, I don't necessarily want to add dudes that can't play defense next to this old core because like, when you're bringing in these others to play around Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, you want them to like be able to take things off their plate. And one of the main things that you would hope is just defense, being able to guard up and play defense. If Malik Monk is out there getting cooked, then you got to put somebody else on him, which is more than likely going to be one of the older guys, which means they have to do more work to cover for this younger dude that's supposed to be out there to help us, but he's the one getting covered for. So I don't necessarily want Malik Monk. Unless it was just like one of the only options. And there's a reason why the Warriors haven't made that trade already. Because if the Warriors really wanted Malik Monk, they would have just been like, all right, let's just do that. Let's just get this over with. Let's get Malik Monk up in here, and we'll be good. But the Warriors doesn't seem like they have interest right now. Like there might be like some surface level interest as a last resort, but they're not running to make a trade for Malik Monk and trading Kuminga for him. And also, it's just like, man, I'd rather if that's the offer. I mean, would you rather have Malik Monk or a disgruntled Kuminga? I don't know, man. I guess if that was the options, a disgruntled Kuminga that still doesn't really fit next to Jimmy and Draymond or Malik Monk. I guess I'd rather have Malik Monk. I guess, but even then, I wouldn't be thrilled about it. Like that wouldn't be a trade I'm happy about. I'd be kind of mad about it, not gonna lie. Another team that's interested in Kuminga is the Pelicans. So the Pelicans are actually very interesting, and they're my favorite trade destination for a sign and trade because they have two wings that intrigue me: Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. Now the Pelicans are very interested in Kuminga. Kuminga next to Zion, that doesn't sound like a good fit, but hey, that ain't my team, that ain't my problem. They want Kuminga, they want to put him next to Zion, whatever, man. So that's what they want to do. So, cool. give us Trey Murphy or Herb Jones. Preferably Trey Murphy. If the Warriors can come out of this with Trey Murphy, they made out like some bandits, bro. That's a heist. They made out like some absolute bandits. That would be a finesse of finesses, man. Trey Murphy. If you add Trey Murphy to this team, okay, let's brainstorm real quick, man. Let's do like a theoretical brainstorm, man. And I don't really know how to the linguistics or the logistics or whatever of what Trey Murphy trade would look like, what has to be included in terms of salary and whatnot. But let's just assume for 1 second they could turn Kuminga in a first round pick and some other stuff in a Trey Murphy, and then they sign Al Horford. That team's pretty nasty. You got Steph, Jimmy, Trey Murphy, Draymond, Al Horford starting five. That's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty. It's a lot more shooting, a lot more spacing, a lot more versatility. A lot more versatility. And then you still got Pods, Moody, Quinton Post off the bench as your young guys. You got these young dudes you just drafted that you're hoping can give you something. But I wouldn't count on that. That wouldn't be too bad, man. That wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I would want Trey Murphy, man. Like his spacing, man. He's a 6'9" sniper. He's a 6'9" sniper. He's adequate defensively. He's not like a lockdown defender defensively, but he's like adequate. He has length. He's pretty rock solid. He'll be solid. That would be a really sneaky good trade for the Warriors. The only downside with Trey Murphy is that he's injury prone. Not always injured, but like he does miss time. I think he's already torn his ACL. He's had some other stuff. So that's the thing. That's like the only downside is like, all right, it's not like he's a young dude, but he's not necessarily like an Iron Man you can count on every night because he might get injured. In terms of Herb Jones, I would be sad if Kuminga was dead set on leaving, he just wanted to get the hell up out of here. I would be satisfied with getting Herb Jones back. They're two different types of players. They're both wings. Kuminga is more offensively slanted. Herb Jones is obviously more defensively slanted. I think Kuminga is more talented than Herb Jones, but Herb Jones would be like a piece that if you put him defensively next to Draymond and Jimmy, that would be nasty, man. That would literally change that would change a lot for the Warriors because they're probably not going to bring back GP2. They're probably not going to sign a traditional like shot blocking, rim protecting big. So you have to you got to improve that perimeter defense. And Herb Jones is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. So I think that would be a solid return if they could turn Kuminga into Herb Jones. Because let's say you get Herb Jones back and then you sign Al Horford. So you got Steph, Jimmy, Herb, Draymond, and Al Horford. That's 5 pretty good rotation players. That's a pretty solid like starting 5, closing 5. That's not bad, man. That's not bad at all. It's not bad. Herb for Kuminga, 1-for-1, no picks. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I think the Pelicans are gonna want at least some type of like draft compensation, just because I just think they're gonna value their guy more. So they're gonna want to like get some picks just to make themselves feel good about themselves and make that trade happen. But I don't think it has to be like, I mean, would y'all do Kuminga and a first round pick for Herb Jones? If the Pelicans are like, look, we'll do it, but give us a first round pick and we'll do it. Are y'all making that trade? Let me know in the chat, yes or no, Kuminga and a first for Herb Jones. If that was what it took to get the deal done, are y'all doing it, yes or no? Cody said yes. Donnie Warren, what's up, bro? Dante, what's up, my man? Daily Meditation, what's up? Cheyenne, what's up, bro? Rip Cougar, I see you. Felicio, I see you, brother. It's retired. What's up? Dante, what's up? Berserk, what's up? Renell, what's up? HT Stage, what's up, man? Cool vibe, what's up, bro? But yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know about that one either, man. Like a first is tough. If it was like a protected first, then I'll probably just do it. Just like whatever, man. Let's just do it. But if it was just like a straight up unprotected pick and Kuminga for Herb, that's tough. But I think the fact that you gotta think about it so much means it's probably a fair deal. Because if it was just Kuminga for Herb swap straight up, that kind of sounds more. I think that the outcome of that or the consensus would be consensually like, yeah, that's a good, like, do that trade. So the fact that throwing in the first round pick makes you got to think about it, that probably means that's more of a realistic outcome to get it done. So yeah, for those of y'all who are just now tuning in, the Warriors are currently in negotiations as a part of a 7-team trade, an NBA record. The record was last season a 5-team trade that included when they traded Klay Thompson and they got Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield back. But this trade is like going to break a new record if it goes through. They're just expanding the Kevin Durant trade to Houston. But yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, one more thing about the Kings as a trade scenario for Kuminga. The one player I would like want if I'm talking signing trades with the Kings is Keegan Murray. You give me if they throw Keegan Murray on the table, we can talk. I think that trade benefits both teams. You know, Kings fans would probably be like, hell no. But I mean, look, man, the Kings need more athleticism. They got Sabonis, they got DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis are their two best scorers. Those dudes, they ain't athletic, man. Like it's just not. They're not. So then you got Keegan Murray out there who's not necessarily helping that athleticism problem. He's solid, but he's not necessarily like, getting to the rim and applying rim pressure. So, I think Kuminga on that team. I mean, obviously Kuminga next to DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis might not be the greatest of fits offensively, but I think Sabonis kind of wants out. DeMar DeRozan's near the end of his tenure in SAC. If the Kings really believe in Kuminga, all right, you get him in there. He's your guy. You invest in him. You believe in him. He's your guy. You move off DeMar DeRozan. You figure out what you want to do with Sabonis. See how Kuminga and Sabonis look together. Move off DeMar DeRozan, and go from there. You go from there. So, but yeah, I think Keegan Murray on the Warriors would be kind of nice. 6'8", 3-and-D, 6'8", 3-and-D wing. That would be, the Warriors can use that. But I would rather have Trey Murphy over Keegan Murray. That's just me. Some of y'all might think otherwise. But I like Trey Murphy's aggressiveness from the 3-point line more. He's just way more aggressive, way more, in my opinion, more versatile of a shooter, an offensive player. Hold on. Anthony Slater just reported something. Oh, what's this? Anthony Slater just said, there's nothing near the finish line on the Jonathan Kuminga front as a third night of free agency wraps. Conversations ongoing with the Warriors and several teams on Warriors also wait on Al Horford decision. So the Warriors made their pitch to Al Horford. They're just waiting for him to make his decision. I would assume. So here's the Warriors' pitch for Al Horford. Also, this update wasn't really much of an update. I mean, I guess waiting on Al Horford's decision was the update, I guess. So the Warriors made their pitch. They did what they could. They're kind of just waiting on Al Horford to make a decision. And you see there's nothing near the finish line on Jonathan Kuminga. But they're still talking to multiple teams. All right, so here's their pitch for Al Horford. First of all, this is you're probably the Warriors probably can offer Al Horford the most money besides I think Denver. I think Denver's the only team that can offer more money, but the Warriors have the advantage. Okay, so just to recap, the teams that are most interested in Al Horford are the Warriors, the Lakers, the Nuggets, and the Cavaliers. So all four of those teams have made their pitch. They're trying to, and they're all waiting for him to make a decision. So I guess right now he's kind of mulling things over with his family. He's kind of just going through the situations with his agent and kind of just deciding what he wants to do. So all these teams are just waiting, right? So the scenario in Denver. All right, you're playing in Denver. You're gonna be playing behind. You're coming off the bench. Like it's just there's no way around it. You're coming off the bench behind. You got Jokic and you got Aaron Gordon at power forward. There's zero chance you start. Maybe he's at the point where he's okay with that. He's 38 years old. Maybe he's just like, I don't care. I just want to win a championship. I get to play next to a great player and Jokic. Fine. I'll come off the bench. Whatever. But I mean, Jokic don't miss games though. That's the thing. Like it's cool to be like that vet that's going to come off the bench when you know, okay, maybe I can like get more opportunity because this guy's not that durable. But it's like, bro, Jokic is going to play damn near every game. And he's going to be playing like 36 minutes a game at least. And Al Horford, he's not a power forward. So it's just like going to play double bigs, I guess. But it's just like, that's not his natural position. So now you're either putting a 38-year-old Al Horford at power forward, or you're putting Jokic, who's like 270 at power forward. That doesn't fit for me. So you're looking at a role where you're probably playing like, 15 to 20 minutes a game if you're Al Horford in Denver. Now, granted, you do have a chance at a championship, but you're coming off the bench and you're playing 15 to 20 minutes. And you're probably not going to start any games. You might start a few. Like, you're just going to miss a few games. But so that's that. So now you got Cleveland. So Cleveland, they can't. I don't think they can offer more than the Warriors, and they also don't have a starting job, a starting opportunity for him. You got Jaren Allen and Evan Mobley who are just entrenched in that starting lineup. There's zero chance he's starting over there. And also, Evan Mobley's playing 37 minutes a game. He doesn't miss games. He's young. He doesn't miss games. Jared Allen is playing at least 30 minutes a game. I don't think he's injury prone. He might be. I don't even know. But for the most part, he's a young dude. He's going to be playing most of the games. So yeah, you have an opportunity at a championship, I guess, with Cleveland, but you're not starting. You have zero chance of starting. So then you got the Lakers. So the Lakers just signed DeAndre Ayton. By the way, we're gonna talk about that later in depth. So the Lakers just signed DeAndre Ayton. So the Lakers for sure are starting Ayton. They probably had to promise him a starting spot just for him to agree. So there's no shenanigans there where they're gonna like try to lie to him and be like, hey man, it's an open competition. Nah, they had to promise Ayton that starting spot. So and LeBron's starting at the 4. So you're not starting in LA. You're coming off the bench there. And then you got the uncertainty with LeBron. Is LeBron staying? Is he going? You got all these reports that the Lakers front office is not necessarily going for a championship. They're trying to prioritize these next few years, or they're trying to prioritize the long term and build around Luka. So if you're a 38-year-old free agent who might have 1 or 2 years left in the tank, 1 or 2 opportunities left to win a championship, why would you want to go to a team that's openly saying they're building for the future? LeBron is over here causing ruckus behind the scenes, trying to like make shit shake, trying to get them to make some moves, and they might trade LeBron. So besides the aura of playing in LA, I don't think that's necessarily like a great opportunity for him. It's like, yeah, you get to play with Luka, you get to play with LeBron. I guess there's appeal to that, and you get to live in LA. But it's just like, bro, he's 38 years old. Does he really want to just live in LA that bad? Like, I don't think it's about that at this point. I think he's trying to win a championship, and he's trying to just play with great players. Now you got the Warriors situation. The Warriors, their pitch is, number one, we can offer probably the most amount of money in terms of like, they have the most competitive financial offer. I think they can offer him the 6.8 mid-level. Oh my God, that's crazy. Mini mid-level exception. Mini mid-level taxpayer, mid-level exception. What the hell? Anyways, $6.8 million. The Warriors can offer that. That's probably the most competitive offer they can get. He can get outside of Denver, who I believe can offer more than that somehow. It's crazy how they just spawn all this money because they traded Michael Porter Jr., but that's fine. So the Warriors have the most competitive offer, and they can offer him a starting spot. Like, that's the Warriors' pitch. It's like, bro, you come over here, you're starting. Like, Quinton Post, second round pick last year, TJD, second round pick a few years ago. You're starting. Like, you're in a starting lineup, and you're playing off of these great legendary players. You're playing off of Steph Curry, who cooked you in the finals a few years ago. You know how great he is. You saw it firsthand. You experienced it in the finals where he looked like Michael Jordan. So you had a chance to play in this era's Michael Jordan, or this era's whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to label him. Like one of the great all-time greats who's still very much good enough to win a championship as a best player on a title team. You get to play next to him, the greatest point guard of all time that's going to set you up. Al Horford's a student of the game. He's watching the film. He's watching Steph get blitzed. He's watching how teams guard the Warriors. He remembers how the Celtics tried to guard the Warriors in terms of blitzing Steph. He could just imagine himself in that position and just put himself in that position. He's like, bro, I'm going to get open looks all day. Like, that sounds pretty sweet, man. Like, Steph's getting blitzed. All he got to do is kick it over to me, and I'm just hitting these little catch and shoot, just pick and pop threes all game. I ain't got to bang down low in the paint and just bruise this old man body. I ain't got to bang with these big dudes. I could just spot up all game. That sounds sweet. My bad. I'm just waiting on these updates to come through. That sounds sweet. So, and then Al Horford remembers playing against Jimmy Butler in the Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Conference semis, all that stuff against the Heat. He's seen firsthand how great Jimmy Butler is from him, like, you know, from how unguardable he was against the Celtics. They couldn't guard him. So I'm sure he has like that level of admiration and respect for both Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry on individual levels, just from competing against them, seeing it from afar, seeing it up close. So now you have a chance to play with both of them, not one of them, both of them on the same team, and just add to that and just build off that and add what you bring to it. And then you got Draymond, who I know Al Horford respects Draymond. Like, he knows what Draymond does defensively. He sees that. Like, Al Horford's a smart player. He's a smart, high IQ player. He sees the value Draymond brings. So he's probably thinking, I got Draymond behind me defensively, and then I got Steph and Jimmy that's creating looks for me. And I can just kind of plug in and just space the floor and just be rock solid defensively. That sounds like and I'm starting. And I'm playing for a team that has championship aspirations. That sounds like the best combination of a landing spot out of those options. So that's the Warriors' pitch. So is it enough? Who knows? What's been reported is that Al Horford is currently, right now, mulling over his decisions. The Warriors are just waiting. They're waiting. There's nothing more they could do. They made their pitch. Al Horford he's thinking about it, and we'll see what happens, man. But for those of y'all that saying Al Horford's old, he's cooked, bro. He ain't cooked. He is old though, and if the Warriors don't get Al Horford, I promise you, y'all ain't gonna like who they end up with at center. If y'all think the Warriors ended up with Al Horford, who's a two-way stretch five with championship experience, is a bad outcome because he's old, just wait until y'all see who they would have to sign if they don't get Al Horford. It's gonna be ugly, bro. It's gonna be like Chris Boucher or some bum like that. So the Warriors gotta sign Al Horford because he's the only stretch five on the market that can actually be a good rotation player and support the vets and bring and contribute. All these other dudes are gonna be getting benched when crunch time comes, man. I'm telling you. Now you can say the Warriors are pretty down bad if they're dependent on Al Horford picking them. If the Warriors like playoff chances or hopes is dependent on a 38-year-old Al Horford picking them as a free agent destination, then I guess you can argue the Warriors are cooked if that's the situation. But hey, man, it is what it is, bro. It's hard to build teams around these expensive older players, man. Like, the longer you're in the league, the more your max contract, the bigger percentage of the salary cap your contract counts for. So with Jimmy Butler, who's been in the league for 15 years, Steph Curry's been in the league for what 16 years, 17 years, or something like that. Draymond, it's like just Jimmy and Steph's max contracts. They're both getting paid $60 million. That right there is already $120 million on a salary cap payroll. So you're trying to build around them. Then you got Draymond, who's 35, making $25 million a year. Like, bro, it's hard to build a team in this new era, in this new CBA era, where the second apron is essentially a hard cap. It's essentially a hard cap, man. So, like, y'all, they're trying to do what they got in terms of signing free agents. And if they don't get Horford, bro, it's gonna be ugly, man. But yeah, I also want them to get Melton. I see a few of y'all mentioned Melton. Yeah, Melton will be a good get on a vest minimum. If they can get Horford, the two check marks I want them to do in free agency: go get Horford, go get DeAnthony Melton for the vest minimum. If you do that, all of a sudden you're starting to see like a little bit of a vision for what they can do. In terms of like the roster construction, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, Melton's coming off of ACL. He's an injury-prone player, but if you're getting him for the vest minimum, man, what's the downside? There's literally no downside. It's like if he's injured again or if he's a bum, you gave him a vets minimum contract, which is like $3 million. It is what it is, man. Almost every vet minimum signing for any team, for the most part, more often than not, they're not going to be contributors like that. They're going to get you through the regular season, and then the playoffs, they're probably not going to play. There's only a few players every year who sign for the vet minimum that's actually like still playing heavy minutes in the playoffs. Usually for a vet minimum player, they're on a vet minimum for a reason, man, because they're not that good anymore. They're either not that good or they're just not that good anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if you can get Melton on a vets minimum, you have the upside of, okay, if he's healthy and he's still basically the same player, you're getting a dude that's probably worth like what, $15 million a year on the open market for $3 million. That's the upside. The downside is, okay, he's injury prone. If he's injury prone, you just don't play him. He's just not available. But you didn't allocate that many assets to it. You didn't allocate that many assets to bring them in. So give me Melton for the vest minimum. I don't think GP2's coming back. I think the Warriors are ready to just move on from Looney and GP2. They already moved on from Looney. By the way, shout out to the Loon Dog, Bay Area legend. Always much respect to Looney, man. What is it, 10 years in the Bay, bro? Much respect, bro. Shout out to Kevon Looney. Got that bag. He got $16 million guaranteed from the Pelicans. That's a crazy bag, man. That's crazy. Who are they bidding against, themselves? Because the Warriors were never gonna match that. The Warriors were never matching that. So I don't know who the Pelicans were bidding against, but shout out to Kevon Looney, man, for getting that bag, bro. Because if the options was to re-sign with the Warriors for the vest minimum or to go get $16 million over the next 2 seasons, I'm taking that money, bro. It's a wrap. I'm taking that money, dude. Like for dudes like Looney, who hasn't necessarily made a lot of money in their careers, always gotta maximize the dollars. You gotta maximize your career earnings, man. It's easy to say for like these dudes that stack in max contracts like over the course of like 10, 12, 13-year careers. Oh, just take a pay cut to just go win a championship. That's cool. They also got like endorsement money coming in. They also got like all these endorsements and stuff. But for dudes like Looney, who probably ain't got no endorsements, or if he does have some endorsements, they're not paying all that much. And then he's got years where he's playing the vets minimum. He's playing for like $5 million. He's playing for like $3 million. Bro, if a team is gonna offer you $16 million at age 30, after all the injuries you've been dealing with your career, after being a fringe player early in your career, bro, you gotta take that money, man. That's probably gonna be the most money that's the biggest bag he's ever gotten, and it's probably gonna be the last big bag he's gonna get. So, shout out to Looney, man. Shout out to Looney. Yeah, Looney's an Iron Man. He was always available. Looney's been an Iron Man the past 2 seasons, but before that, he was always injury prone. So don't say he was always available because that's just not accurate. He's been an Iron Man the past 2 seasons, but before that, he's missed a lot of time. I want some news to drop, man. It'd be so lit if the news just drops while we're on stream right now. That'd be fucking dope. So for y'all, those of y'all who haven't heard, the Rockets and Suns are working on expanding the Kevin Durant trade into a deal that would involve a league record 7 teams. Other teams involved in negotiations at the moment include Atlanta, Brooklyn, Golden State, Lakers, and the Timberwolves. Amir Coffey. I would take Amir Coffey for the vest minimum. He could shoot, 3-and-D wing. I think he's like a 40% shooter, right? I'll take Amir Coffey. Yeah, Warriors couldn't afford to keep Looney, and I mean, like at that point, you just gotta wish Looney the best of luck, because the Warriors were never coming anywhere close to matching that. I think that the most the Warriors was like, "Yo, we have a vet minimum on the table for you if you want that, but we're not giving you more than that. We can't. We literally can't." Like with our roster construction with Jimmy and Draymond, just having Looney out there who can't do anything offensively except get offensive rebounds, can't space the floor, can't finish. It's just not optimal anymore, man. You got Draymond who's 36. They had to get somebody else in there, so they let Looney walk. And I think they're also just like, bro, they're all in on Al Horford right now. They're all in on Al Horford right now. Looney's just, it is what it is, man. You wish Looney the best of luck and just you move on. So now the Pelicans they traded for Jordan Poole. They just signed Kevon Looney, and they're interested in Kuminga. So they're trying to get they're trying to get the Golden State Pelicans going on over there, man. They're trying to get everybody that we have. So yeah, imagine if they had JP, Kuminga, and Looney on that team. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, so my top sign and trade targets would be Trey Murphy at the top, Keegan Murray at the second one. I mean, the dream scenario is probably Kobe White, but I don't think the Bulls are budging on Kobe White, bro. Their asking price is insane. Oh yeah, I forgot, man. We got to talk about Dame. We got to talk about Dame Lillard. So Dame got waived by the Bucks. They actually waived him, and yeah, he's a free agent. And apparently, the Warriors are one of several teams that are interested, along with the Lakers and Celtics. Along with the Lakers, Celtics, Nuggets, and one more other team. But yeah, how do y'all feel about the Warriors signing Dame? Now, just for context, he tore his Achilles, a few months ago? He's probably going to be out all the next season, though there are rumors that he might come back for the playoffs. But even if he does, that's like a really unrealistic timeline. Even if he does, he's going to be super rusty. He's not going to be anywhere near 100%. He might be a liability out there. Just defensively, he's going to be just not physically. He's not going to be there. He's already a terrible defender as is. Then you consider the fact that now he's 30. He would be at the time he would be 36, coming off the Achilles freshly, haven't played all season, trying to his legs are gonna be weakened when you're off that long, like you're trying to rehab, like your leg strength is gone. He's gonna be getting destroyed defensively. Like at that point, he might be a liability more so than he's helping the team. So if you sign Dame, you're signing him for him to rehab with your team this season, and then you're hoping that next season he can contribute. The season after that. How would y'all feel as Warriors fans about getting Dame? So the Bucks are gonna be paying Dame, I think, $22.5 million for the next 5 years. So every year for the next 5 years, they're gonna be paying him $22.5 million. So he got that bag on the way for the next half decade. Shout out to Dame. That's amazing. So for a dude like Dame, who's made a lot of money, and he still got money coming in, he might not just be like, I just want to get the biggest bag possible. Who can give me a bag? Because he's already getting that money from the Bucks. So would Damian Lillard be willing to sign with the Warriors for the vest minimum? Would Damian Lillard be willing to come off the bench for Steph? These are questions that we don't know the answers to. Only Dame knows what he wants to do. Don't know how prideful he is and how willing he is to do that, because that's going to take a big hit to your ego and your pride to, play behind a dude that you compared yourself to for a decade, that everybody compares you to, that saying you're not better than him. You're coming to his team. You're playing for the vets minimum, and you're playing behind him. So that's a huge ego pill to swallow to accept all those things. But if Dame is just like, yo, bro, I'm just trying to come back, because for those of y'all who don't know, he's from Oakland. He's from the town. So obviously the Warriors were his childhood team. I'm sure he's fantasized about putting on a Warriors jersey throughout his adolescence, his childhood, and all that stuff. So this would be a dream come true, on top of the ability to play in front of all his family, all his friends back home, and just, hey, you rocking out with Steph for a year or two. And yeah, your role is not going to be as a star of the team, as your team, but it's hey, you're a part of it. You rocking out. You're going to hit some big shots. You're going to get the crowd going. You're playing for the Warriors, man. Childhood dream. So y'all let me know how y'all would feel about Dame. And also, I mean, more likely than not, he's not going to be the same player when he comes back. He's just not. But because you got to think, he's going to be 35, 36 by the time he's healthy or healed from the Achilles. So just off of age by itself, you would say, all right, 36-year-old Dame, that dude's, he's probably obviously not going to be in his prime anymore. Then you got the Achilles tear, and for a younger player, it might not be as big of a deal, but it's still career altering for sure. But for a 34-year-old, 35-year-old, that's tough. So his lateral quickness is going to be cooked. His defense overall is already cooked. It's going to be even worse. He's not going to have the same level of burst getting to the rim, same level of explosion, same level of finishing. But the good news is he's one of the best shooters of all time. And his ability to shoot the ball is not going to leave him. Now his legs, he might not have as much legs under his shots, and he might get tired quicker because of the injury. But Dame is pretty strong, and his jumper, he doesn't use a lot of legs anyways. It's mostly upper body strength. So I don't think that's necessarily a concern. What I'm looking at it would be can Dame off the bench after he's recovered be a Jason Terry for the 2011 Mavs type contributor? I think that's realistic. I think what you can expect out of Dame in terms of a skill set would be kind of like what Jason Terry was in 2011. Jason Terry in 2011 went for the Mavs. I mean, he was essential. He was a tough shot maker. He was kind of a microwave scorer, but he was hitting some tough shots. He was very important to their championship run with Dirk. So can Dame come off the bench and basically be like Jason Terry and just hit big shots? You come in, they try to protect him defensively with certain lineups. Yeah, he's gonna play next to Steph every now and then, but it's mostly just he's coming in for Steph. He's hitting some shots, and if they're playing together, if you're playing against a team that can't make you pay defensively, then he can close next to Steph if he's hitting shots. But I wouldn't start Dame next to Steph. That would be insane. You got two dudes in their late 30s in the starting backcourt, and they're both smaller. You can't do that. He would have to be okay with coming off the bench. But Dame as a six-man in a Bay, that would be dope, bro. That would be so dope, man. I want to see. Would y'all think Dame? All right, let's compare him to Poole. Do y'all think Dame in a year from now, or a year and a half, whatever it is, being a year and a half older and coming off the Achilles injury, would be a better player than Jordan Poole was in 2022? Who, just based off of what we know, who would you bank on being the more impactful player, more useful player for the Warriors? Jordan Poole in 2022 or Dame under these circumstances coming back in a year and a half? Do I have any updates on Horford? Yeah, the update on Al Horford as of like 10 minutes ago is that the Warriors made their pitch. The other teams made their pitches. And the Warriors are waiting on Al Horford to make his decision. So Al Horford's mulling over his options and he's waiting to make a decision. And the Warriors are just waiting. They can't do much else. So that's the update. The Warriors are supposedly the front runner, as been reported by multiple sources that say the Warriors are the front runner, but that doesn't really mean that they're gonna sign him. Like nobody knows what Al Horford's thinking. He's obviously undecided still. He's still thinking about it. So just because the Warriors are considered the front runner doesn't mean he's for sure gonna sign with the Warriors. Do I think he's gonna pick the Warriors? I think he will eventually pick the Warriors. I think the Warriors have the best. I think the Warriors have the best pitch. They have the best situation for him. They're the only team really that's interested that can guarantee him a starting spot, and they have the best financial in terms of like competitive offer financially. So, and then he has the opportunity to play with legendary players in Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond, and play for Steve Kerr. So I think he will. In my opinion, I think this is not any sources or anything. I think he will eventually pick the Warriors, but we'll see how it plays out. John Dominguez showing love from the East Coast, man. Shout out to you. King Corey, what's up, bro? Liam Reed, what's good, man? Rip Cougar, what's up? Donnie Warren, what's up, man? Cheyenne, what's good? Mr. Level, I see you, brother. Fanbo Podcast, what's up? Stephen Camp, what's up, man? Berserk, what's up? Sean IXT, what's up? Aha Papa, what's up, man? Donnie Warren, what's up? Zen, what's up? Cortez, what's good? Mr. Level, what's good? I appreciate y'all for popping out on me, man. Oh yeah. So, how do y'all feel about the Lakers getting DeAndre Ayton? Good move, bad move. Like, how y'all feel about that? I might be in a minority, but I want to know parts of DeAndre Ayton. When I saw DeAndre Ayton was available, I immediately got happy. Not because I wanted the Warriors to sign him, because I knew that one of these teams that wanted Al Horford would then pivot to Ayton. So the Lakers are one of the teams that wanted Al Horford. They still do actually. Even though they signed Ayton, they still want Horford. But before that happened, before he got waived, it was the Lakers and the Warriors were the front runners for Al Horford. They both wanted him. The Lakers at the time had opportunity to offer a starting spot. If the Lakers still had a starting spot to offer Horford with the similar money, the Lakers probably actually have more money to offer, to be honest. Or if Horford probably he might pick the Lakers. I wouldn't bet on teams picking the Warriors over the Lakers. It's just something about the Lakers. Dudes just love playing in LA. Dudes just love playing for the organization. So if it came down to that, it might have been tough. But the fact that the Lakers signed Ayton, the fact that Ayton was available, I was like, oh, this is perfect. The Lakers are literally going to try to get Ayton. And then as soon as, I think within the next update was the Lakers are considered, or sources around the league consider the Lakers a heavy favorites or whatever for Ayton. I was like, yes, this is perfect, bro, because I wanted Horford. Excuse me. Some of y'all might be saying, like, what? You'd rather have Horford over Ayton, who's, like, young in his prime? He's, like, what is he, 27, 26? Yes, I'd rather have Al Horford than DeAndre Ayton. Dude, Ayton is not a winning player, man. He's not a winning player. Like, Ayton, he mails it in every night. He's literally out there to just get his stats, get his 16 and 10, his 16 points, 10 rebounds, and he mails it in. He don't play defense. He doesn't do anything that contributes to winning besides like rebounding. Like, he's a selfish player The Blazers literally paid this man like $25 million to F off. That they wanted him gone in the worst way. They wanted him out of there so bad, bro. They said he's a locker room cancer. They said he's a locker room cancer. They said that he was just a selfish player. Like, they wanted no parts of him, man. Mr. Level said Horford has nothing left. If Horford had nothing left, it wouldn't be 5 teams currently, like 5 contending teams trying to like bid for him. Come on, man. Like, y'all always quick to say like an old player has nothing left. If Horford had nothing left, it wouldn't be so many teams trying to convince him to sign. Like, he has a plethora of options from contenders that are making pitches to him. They're literally like probably damn near begging him, like, yo, pick us. And you're saying he has nothing left. What do you know more than these NBA front offices that have scouting teams that are actually watching Horford's film from the past season and watching how he moves and deciding whether or not he has nothing left? If all these contending teams with these scouting departments that they pay millions of dollars to employ are watching this film and saying that he's still a good player, then it's just like for us as fans to just come in and just say, oh, he ain't got nothing left because of his age. That's just not. It's just disingenuous. It's just not true. I watched Horford's film last season, man. Like, he was still a good player. Like, he's old, yeah. He's not as good as he used to be, yeah. But like, what option on the table do the Warriors have that's better than Horford? 38-year-old Horford is better than any other option on the table for the Warriors that they can afford. Anyone better than Horford, the Warriors can't afford them anyways. That's like the thing I don't understand. Anybody that's theoretically better than Al Horford, the Warriors can't afford them. They can't. Anybody that they can't afford, Horford's better than them. If you don't, and if you think I'm capping, name somebody that's available that the Warriors can afford that's better than Al Horford. So, Mr. Level, I'm not trying to single you out, bro, but I gotta use this as like a exercise for y'all. For those of y'all who think Horford has nothing left or he's cooked, name somebody in the chat right now who's better than Horford that the Warriors can afford. So let's see it. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait right here. I'll wait. Olynyk is not better than Al Horford, brother. Olynyk plays no defense. Al Horford is still a good defender. Olynyk would be getting DNPs in the playoffs. Horford will still be playing like at least 15, 20 minutes a game in the playoffs. Day'Ron Sharpe is an unproven young player who has never sniffed the court in meaningful minutes. You're going to pencil in a young player that's never played playoff minutes in Day'Ron Sharpe and put him over a championship proven vet that has proof of contributing to a championship team. Day'Ron Sharpe. What has Day'Ron Sharpe proven at any point in his career where you can say, for like without a doubt, he is better than Horford? Olynyk is not better than Horford, brother. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Zero. If you're telling me you'd rather have Kelly Olynyk over Al Horford, that's I don't know what to tell you. Quinta Post is basically Kelly Olynyk. Is Olynyk that much better than Quinta Post? Like, Al Horford at least brings something different. He's a better switch defender than both of them. Olynyk is barbecue chicken. He's Swiss cheese defensively, moving his feet. He's cooked. Horford was holding up against LeBron, Luka on switches last season. He was holding up in the playoffs. I think he was guarding. Who was he guarding? Was it Brunson? He was moving his feet, bro. Like, Horford at 38 years old is a better defender than Kelly Olynyk and Quinta Post. So that the age thing can't even be factored into this argument because his age doesn't limit him in these comparisons. So who else is available that the Warriors can afford that's better than Al Horford? I am waiting. Let me see y'all put it in the chat. Mo Wagner, I don't think he's leaving the Orlando Magic, and the Warriors can afford him. I think Mo Wagner can get at least probably like, I would say Mo Wagner can get at least $9 to $10 million a year. The Warriors can only offer one player $6.8 million, so the Warriors can't afford Mo Wagner. So yeah, man, it looks like y'all ain't got no other names that's better than Al Horford. Now I'm not saying that to pick on nobody, bro. Mr. Level, it's all love, bro. You always supporting the podcast, bro. Thank you for showing up. I just had to prove a point for the crowd that's saying you just said Thomas Bryant. Oh man, Mr. Level, bless your heart, brother. Bless your heart, brother. Anyways, oh man, oh man, that's crazy. Anyways, let's move on. Williams, Robert Williams. You giving up assets to trade for Robert Williams? Really? I'm not. You'd rather trade assets for Robert Williams than to sign Al Horford outright? Crazy. Yeah, the Warriors need a rim protector, but they cannot afford a rim protector. What rim protector can the Warriors afford that's actually good? There's no rim protector the Warriors can afford, you guys. You guys got to keep this in mind. The Warriors can only offer one player $6.8 million. What rim protector are you getting that's going to accept $6.8 million? It's not happening, man. Thomas Bryant is crazy. Y'all saying Thomas Bryant is asinine. You'd rather have Thomas Bryant over Al Horford? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Thomas Bryant. You'd rather have Thomas Bryant over Al Horford? That's nonsense, man. I'm taking Al Horford over Thomas Bryant and Day'Ron Sharpe. If you give me the option, would I rather have Al Horford or Day'Ron Sharpe and Thomas Bryant? I would pick Al Horford, bro. Day'Ron Sharpe is an unproven young raw player. He hasn't proved anything. He's proved nothing. How much of an upgrade over TJD is Day'Ron Sharpe? He's probably an upgrade. He's definitely better than TJD, but he hasn't proven anything. Come on, man. Like, and he can't shoot. Like Day'Ron Sharpe, can he shoot? Can he consistently shoot? Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Dude said Thomas Bryant, man. Come on. Come on, man. Lock in, y'all. This is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Bro, love Horford. It's not that I love Horford. He's the best option. Like, I'm not like, if the Warriors don't get Horford, they're gonna have to settle for like Chris Boucher or like freaking Thomas Bryant. Those dudes ain't. The moment the playoffs start, those dudes are gonna get zero playing time. Zero. So it's like you're literally signing those players to get you to the regular season, and then the entire playoffs is going to be Draymond at center. Versus Al Horford, he's going to play in the playoffs. He can actually survive on an NBA court in the playoffs and give you minutes and contribute. He's not going to make mistakes. He's a vet. He's going to contribute defensively as a switch big, and offensively he can hit shots. When teams blitz Steph, Horford can make you pay. Can Thomas Bryant make you pay for blitz and Steph? Can Day'Ron Sharpe make you pay for blitz and Steph? They can't. It's not that I love Horford. He's literally the best option that the Warriors have. And if they don't get him, they're kind of cooked. They're literally kind of cooked. If they don't get Horford, they'll be forced to make a trade for a big man. Versus if they sign Horford, all right, now you can use that trade chip to go get a shot creator or a wing. Holly is getting trolled, man. Y'all definitely trolling me, bro. Y'all over here talking about some damn Thomas Bryant, bro. I'm about to crash out, dude. That's crazy. Crazy, man. Al Horford not too good in zone defense though. Bro, y'all just being so picky, man. I don't know if y'all got to be trolling me, bro. Y'all being so picky. What big man available is perfect across the board in every defensive scenario? Is Thomas Bryant good in his own defense? Is Thomas Bryant a rim protector? Can Thomas Bryant move his feet? Like, what are we talking about here, yo? What are we doing, man? Stop it. Stop it. Mr. Level, you're trolling, bro. I'm done with you, dude. You're trolling like a motherfucker right now. Y'all is trolling me, dude. Anyways, man, I'm not going to let y'all get me riled up no more than y'all already did. All right, we're moving on to the next topic. Oh, yeah, the other teams that's supposedly interested in Kuminga are the Bulls and Heat. But the Heat don't want to give up nothing good, man. They don't want to give up Kel Elware. They don't want to give up. They don't want to give up. What's the other dude? Jovic, Nikola Jovic, or what's his bro name, man? It's getting late, bro. I'm getting tired. I still got work to do too later. They don't want to give up. My God, Jaime Jaquez. I don't know why I couldn't. Man, they don't want to give up Jaime Jaquez. They don't want to give up Jovic. They don't want to give up Kel Elware. They don't want to give up nobody. They're just like, yo, we're interested in Kuminga, but we don't want to give y'all anything. It's like, bro, get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'm cool off LeBron, bro. Josh for Kuminga. The Bulls aren't doing that. Zero chance the Bulls do that, bro. Should the Warriors trade for a center after signing Al? I think the Warriors should sign Al Horford, and then they should sign Trey Lyles. I wanted Larry Nance too, but Larry Nance signed with the Cavs, I think yesterday. I would have my dream scenario would have been, if we're just talking about free agents, would have been sign Al Horford and then you sign Larry Nance for like the vest minimum. But Larry Nance is off the board, so now my backup is Trey Lyles, solid, big guy, big man. He's decent. He can hit some shots. He can kind of switch a little bit defensively. He's not that big. I think he's only like 6'9", but I think he'll be good in a Warriors system. But sign out Horford, see how it looks, and if you need to make a trade at the trade deadline, then you make a trade for another big man. But I think for now, dude, sign out Horford, see how it looks, see if Quentin Post took a leap. You got a center rotation of Al Horford, Quentin Post, Draymond, and TJD. That's not. I mean, it's solid. It's not amazing, but it's like it's better than the situation they've had. Like Al Horford's an upgrade over Looney for sure. He would immediately be the best center they have besides Draymond. So I think that would like it would be an upgrade from what they've had the past few seasons. If the Warriors get out, they're not getting another big. Yeah, I don't think they would either. They would have to see. They would if they dig another big, they would wait until the trade deadline and just to see, because they want to see how it looks first. Like the Warriors aren't gonna hoard a bunch of bigs. Like Al Horford, Quentin Post, TJD, and then Draymond in small ball lineups. That's your centers. All right. Yeah, Al Horford, who's your stretch five, who's like a two-way stretch five. You got Quentin Post, who's your 7-footer, stretch five. You got TJD, who's your rim runner, vertical threat. For the most part, they have a lot of the things they want to do covered in terms of skill sets. Like if you can combine all their abilities into one player, that would be obviously the best case scenario. That would be an all-star. So, but they can't do that. So they got a bunch of different. In that scenario, they have a bunch of different options for different situations, situational bigs. And the Warriors have always used like their center rotation as like a bullpen in baseball, like a pitching bullpen. They got a bunch of dudes come in and play different and help out in different situations. Quentin Post not playing Summer League this year. Yeah, that shit kind of that ish. I mean, I kind of get it. It was just like, all right, he's like an older dude. He's already proven he can contribute. At the same time, it's like, bro, he needs reps. He needs to play as much basketball as possible. Yeah, you don't want him to get injured, but at the same time, he's only 25 years old. You can't protect him from like playing basketball. Like he doesn't have to go all out on in Summer League. He just literally just be out there just getting shots up. Like if I'm Quentin Post, bro, and I'm playing Summer League, I'm just shooting the ball as soon as it touch my finger. It's going up. It's going up. I'm throwing it up, and I'm about to just get some reps in just shooting the ball. So, yeah, Amir Coffee would be a okay pickup. Let me see. Make sure nothing happened. Doesn't look like there's no updates, man, unfortunately. Damn. But yeah, if y'all just now tuning in, the Warriors are waiting on Al Horford's decision. They've already made their pitch. They're kind of just waiting for him to just pick where he wants to go. Yeah, the Rockets, Nuggets, and Thunder are probably the three best teams in the West. They all look pretty formidable. Even if the Warriors have like a perfect offseason, let's say they sign Al Horford, let's say they sign D'Anthony Melton for the vest minimum, let's say they sign like Trey Lyles or something for the vest minimum, and then they turn Kuminga into like Herb Jones. Is that team better than the Rockets, Nuggets, and OKC? I'm not sure, but I wouldn't count them out either. I wouldn't, because OKC, man, they're not unbeatable. That Nuggets team took them to 7. They probably lose to the Pacers if Halliburton doesn't get injured. Like that OKC team, like they're good, but like they're not unbeatable. So obviously the Rockets, it took 7 games to beat the Rockets last season. They just added Kevin Durant for essentially they essentially turned Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks into Kevin Durant. They got better, but after Jimmy Butler's injury in that series, he wasn't the same player. That played a huge contributing part in that series going 7. So the Warriors are banking on, I think, let's see, Rip Coog just mentioned it. They need Paz to take a leap. I think Paz specifically, because the Warriors need another guard. They need another guard to step up. So I think they desperately need Pods to take a leap. If Pods takes a leap and they do those signings that I talked about, they get Al Horford, they get Melton, they get like a Trey Lyles type dude, and then Pods just takes like a semi leap. That team's pretty good. The team's pretty good. The thing about the Rockets, they got so many wings, bro. They got KD, 6'11 wing. Jabari Smith, 6'10 wing. Dorian Finney-Smith, 6'8 wing. Tari Eason, 6'8 wing. They got so many wings. They're all like 6'8 and taller. And then they got them damn big man. Dude, they got the 2 big lineup option with Sengun and Steven Adams that gave us hell. And now they just added Clint Capella as a third dude they could throw out there. That's just an offensive rebounding demon. That's just annoying. He's a lob threat too. So the Rockets got better. I'm not even gonna cap and try to sit here and lie and say they haven't, but obviously we still got to see it on the court. They still got to prove it. So we'll see. Paz needs to play like Hero on Miami. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily. Paz is more of like he's not as offensively slanted in terms of talent as Hero. Hero's a more talented shot maker and shot creator. I don't think Paz will ever get to that level, but Paz is a more natural, like all around player in terms of like defense, rebounding, like defensive IQ, all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, if Paz ever got to the level offensively of Tyler Hero, that would be disgusting because he's a better defender than Tyler Hero. Walker Kessler ain't happening, man. Do I think KD can win with Van Fleet and Sengun? I didn't say they was going to win. I said they were formidable. But yeah, I don't know about that. We got to see how they look together, man. Paz reached his ceiling already. I think that's a stretch, bro. That's a stretch. You can't say that about a dude that's still like as young as him. Like if he comes back with if he improves his handle and he's a more consistent 3-point shooter, he's literally a better player. Like he's like not just a marginal better player. If Paz comes back with a better handle and a more consistent 3-point shot, he's quite literally like not hasn't reached his ceiling. He's a better player. So to say that he reached his ceiling, that's not true. There's still things Paz can improve on that can open up his game. But yeah, man. Anyways, I've been going for an hour and a half. I'm gonna call it right here. I was hoping this trade got broke right here on stream, but obviously it ain't happening yet. But I appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Y'all show love. It was a great show, man. If y'all still here, man, everybody please like the video. It means a lot, man. If you enjoyed this past hour and a half kicking in with me, man, just like the video. So thank you. I'll catch you on the next one. The moment like some real news drops, we got another live stream lined up, man. Hopefully the Warriors sign Al Horford soon. I do believe eventually Al Horford will sign with the Warriors. I don't know when. Don't know. It could be tonight. It could be tomorrow. It could be over the weekend. Who knows? But I think Al Horford will eventually choose the Warriors. But we just going to have to wait. In terms of the Kuminga situation, still unresolved. I think at this point, the most likeliest scenario, I don't know, man. I think it's like kind of 50-50. Because there's like 4 or 5 teams interested in Kuminga. And all it takes is one team that's just like not having the offseason they want in terms of like the targets that they planned on to just be like, all right, let's just go get Kuminga. And then all of a sudden talks intensify a little bit more. That team's want to throw in better assets, going to the Warriors. And now that the traction starts picking up and things get going. So we'll see, man. If the Warriors could turn Kuminga into Trey Murphy or even Herb Jones, I think that would be a great outcome. I don't think that's likely, but the fact that the Pelicans have this much interest means something. So we'll see. Yeah.